Hey everyone, it's me, it's Honey. Uh, there might be music in the back, and you might hear it, but yeah, just letting you know. But anyways, um, I haven't played Tekken in like what, 40 days, and I thought that it was really interesting to take a 40-day break. The reason why I took a 40-day break was because I was like, fuck gaming. I just wanted to test myself, okay? But yeah, I was like, what is there to do once you hit like God of Destruction, right? And I was like, man, Tekken kind of sucks right now. Let's take a break, right? So I took a break. I will say, and then after hopping back, and there's gonna be replays. I'm surprised that nothing has changed, if that makes sense. Like everything still seems, I mean, obviously it's not like season 2, but I'm saying like, wow, I don't think the meta changed at all. I mean, it's 40 days, but I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting. I was just say like, it's so fun to play Tekken again. Okay, that's all I could say. It was for like 40 days. I don't even like, I don't know what happened, but I was like, man, I'm so tired of Tekken. And then 40-day break, and then I came back, and then I lose to like still the very OP characters because I'm like, damn, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to react to this shit. I'm getting fucked up. Lydia matchup, definitely no idea how to do that. Xiaoyu matchup, I don't remember what tricks she has anymore. Jin is still a bitch. Feng is still a bitch, but yeah, I don't know. It still feels fine. I'm surprised that I got to like 11 win streak or something, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm just gonna show some replays. The one thing that I did do was I was like, I haven't really played for 40 days, and I wouldn't say that doing quick match is like a accurate testing, like a litmus test, right? So I know that it's really annoying, but I decided to smurf. Okay, I decided to smurf, and I went to go see. And I will say the things that I found out in this smurfing thing is that it's very interesting in how the player base is so much bigger than in Tekken 7. I will say, like the amount of ranks, like the amount of players that are in the lower ranks is insane. Like there's just so much noobs, dude. Like I just can't believe it. Like it's so nice to see like such a new generation of players. That's all I could say, compared to like Tekken 7, it's like, you could really tell like, oh yeah, this community is like, they're still like noobs and everything, but the thing is they're like, what do you call it? It's like their general experience is kind of higher, right? Like I remember playing in Tekken 7 and you could be fighting like a Mighty Ruler or like Fujins, and they would understand like, oh yeah, these strings are safe, this is the game plan for this character, and these are like good frame traps, right? And I will say I only got to like red ranks on the Smurf because I had to start from beginner. But just in that beginner level, like just in the red ranks, or not the red ranks, like the orange and yellow ranks, no one could like break throws, right? And I was like, what the fuck? That's kind of crazy, because in Tekken 7 you would be able to break throws in yellow and orange ranks, right? So that's what I thought was like very surprising. Like that's what I mean by like general experience, right? Like the community kind of has grown together, and they're like, oh no, this is like the basics, right? And like if you were a new player and you were gonna hop into Tekken 7, you'll get your ass beat for like against someone that's like considered a noob, right? Because the general experience of the community is like so high, right? But the thing about Tekken 8 is that it's like there is a lot of like new players, right? Like they have no idea what they're doing. They're not used to their character, and I just thought that that's very interesting, I will say though, I don't think I'm gonna smurf because it's like it's just not fun. Like I mean, obviously like I like to win, but it's not fun to fight like how do I say this? Like it's not really fun to, I guess, like, beat on newbies. Okay, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, I know I'm gonna win, and I just wanted to see where the community's at. So it's like, I think I proved my point is what I'm trying to say, right? I proved my point. So yeah, I mean, playing at the high ranks, it's okay. I just fuck rank, bro. That shit is just atrocious. You know, I'm a quick matcher. I'm not gonna lose my rank copium, but yeah, you know, even fighting like God of Destructions once in a while and like Tekken God Supremes, it's pretty fun. You know, like that's when you like really notice like a lot of like, you know, like the experience, right? You can feel. Well, I will say, sometimes you can feel the experience, okay? If you know, you guys are actually playing Tekken and not Tekken 8. Like, one thing that I will say is that there are some people at like high ranks who still like can do crazy shit, like armored heat engagers. Like, they don't give a fuck, right? The thing that I notice a lot about like lower ranked players, like let's say like maybe Tekken, I mean, I would say like Tekken King and below, this concept kind of makes sense. Like maybe even like some blue ranks, right? The concept that most new players don't understand was the cost of your move, right? Like what I mean is, like, I was fighting Smurfing, right? And I did it to any restrictions, and I was fighting a battle ruler thing, right? So that means you're really close to getting to blue ranks. But they did not understand like the cost of doing this move, right? They would just constantly walk up and hop kick, and that's like, dude, if you're gonna hop kick me near a wall, I'm gonna wall splat you, and you're gonna lose like a third or a half of your health. You know what I mean? That's the thing that a lot of new players don't understand. And I mean, I get it, because it's like, you know, you're trying to learn your character, and that's usually the biggest obstacle, right? A lot of new players don't understand like the cost of or the risk of their moves, right? Like, oh, I mean, you know, it makes sense that, oh yeah, I'm fighting low ranks. They don't even understand like what's like, you know, how risky this move is, and on block it's safe, right? But it's like a mid-high and you could duck it. The thing is, you want to break bad habits, if that makes sense, right? Like, you don't want to go into high ranks eventually and be like, wow, I used to do Paul's like 3-1 or 3-2, I don't remember what it is, and it's like a mid-high, and it's like, wow, I used to do that all the time, and now it's not working high ranks. What happened? It's because you built a bad habit over time to reach this high rank, and now you're like, oh shit, it doesn't work anymore, and now my game plan is fucked up. I can't do anything, you know, like I don't know what to do. And then they become uncomfortable, right? That's usually a learning experience. Like, that's something that I think is very important, right? It's something that I notice a lot about lower rank players, is that they just don't understand the risk and the reward of their move, right? Like, if you want to get some reward, you might have to condition, and unless you're like broken character that just rushes people down like Lydia, that works too, you know what I mean? But yeah, I will say, Tekken was fun. I had like 1 session or 2 sessions yesterday because I was smurfing too. But I was like, I think that's like enough of my fill, you know what I mean? Like, maybe when Heihachi drops, I'll hop in. Heihachi's, okay, spoiler alert, Heihachi might show up at Tekken Game Show, which is in 2 weeks from now. It's a maybe. But yeah, I will say for now, my thoughts is that Lydia is too strong, alright? I think Lydia for sure is S tier, maybe like not super broken, but like my tier list is pretty much A to S only, okay? So it's like she would be like S but not S plus, okay? Like, she has everything. She has good punishing, good heat engagers, easy plus frames, very fucked up stance transitions and everything, and it's very scary. And her chip damage is insane, right? So once she activates heat, she can just rush you down in stance, and her stances are just too risky to even press, and it's not really like rewarding for anyone really, right? You can try to sidestep, but she has like, you know, there's mind games, and usually if you block, it's like -11 and shit, or safe, right? So I personally think that Lydia is S tier, and definitely a very bad matchup for Lars. It sucks, like, it's so bad. It's so bad. If you guys want to play Lars but better, play Lydia. She's very good. Definitely better than Eddie, I will say that. So I think that's just what I would sum up after my 40-day return. I don't know, it's not very exciting. I mean, it was fun. It was fun. I probably played for like 4 hours yesterday, and I was like, wow, that's good. And then I played for 30 minutes today, and I was like, damn, this kind of sucks, you know? I was like, this isn't fun anymore. But maybe it's because I ran into like Lydia, and I was like, damn, this shit's not really cool. But yeah. Anyways, that's all I have to say. I will say maybe I will smurf or use that account maybe when season 2 drops, to see where the community is. It's really interesting to do this, to always like test my skills too, right? Because I think it's always very important to test people who are not your rank as well, right? Like someone who plays in a different playstyle. Like people who say like, oh, you're just bullying new players or whatever, I think that's like wrong, because there's always something to gain. Even if you're like very good, you learn a lot about like, it's all about like reading your opponent, right? So if you can understand the skill of knowing what your opponent wants to do, you can use that like at any level, right? Like, oh, I can tell that this low player is going to do this, and then you can make a read on higher players eventually, right? That's one thing that I noticed, that it's good to do it, right? It's good to go play against like any kind of ranked players. It's very fun. And you know, it's like if you're gonna enter a tournament, you have to fight any kind of ranked players anyway. So it's like, I think smurfing in Tekken is definitely fair, but you know, some shit like a shitty game like Overwatch, it's not, because it's not like, it's a team game, right? And it's like in a tournament in Overwatch, you have to be in the Overwatch League. I mean, I don't know if you guys watch Overwatch, but fuck that game. It used to be cool, but anyways, yeah, you know, like if you're gonna enter in a tournament, you're gonna fight any ranked players. So be prepared to fight Smurfs, dude. Like, you will really notice your weakness. Like, don't let your ego get to you and be like, damn, I fucking lost and now I'm mad. Like, you gotta learn from it, you know. And learning from mistakes is a really hard thing to do, and that's something that you should learn in Tekken a lot. Like, oh man, I'm gonna put, I don't know if I'm gonna put the footage of me beating this Paul. Maybe I will. But he was using a lot of 3-2s or 3-1s, and I could tell he got really uncomfortable because I kept ducking it, and he was like, oh shit, like that's fucked up, you know, like I don't know what to do now, because that was my whole game plan. It used to be safe. But yeah, you know, it's very hard for you to know what risk reward is when you don't really understand your character. But that makes sense, right? So learn from that. But yeah, new players, definitely watch your replays. You know, I had to rewatch or practice against, or what is it? I lost against like some Yaksa Ling who was just doing Ling shit, and I had no idea what she was doing. Like I was like, how do you fight this shit again? You know, and it was very like mind-boggling that Lars can't do anything. Which is why I was like, oh, that's why I put her in 9-1 again. But I don't know, maybe I just suck. But yeah, you know, it's very interesting. Anyways, I think me talking is getting a bit long. So I will end it here. But anyways, I don't know if I'm still gonna upload Tekken. I would just say, if Tekken is killing you, take a break, and then come back. Tekken will always be waiting, you know. But yeah, very cool Tekken games. I wish that I could, I don't know if I should do coaching, but it's like I only play Lars, so I don't know if I could coach. Maybe I could, but I don't know, just a thought. Anyways, if you want some tips and tricks, I guess just comment, and I don't know, maybe if I could, I'll try to help out if I can, you know what I mean? Anyways, that's all. Skirt!